Hey, this is Sasha. Thanks for joining me in today's video. What I want to share with you is how you can go ahead and make paid traffic work for you, and then how you can scale it and ultimately make millions or thousands of dollars or billions, depending on how far you could scale it, depending on your niche and many other factors. We're just going to go through a simple base concept so you get an idea of how the plan overall works. So stay tuned. I'm going to share with you these thoughts and concepts right now. All right, so if you're looking at paid traffic, I have a few different columns here that we're going to take a look at. And here we have the cost to acquire a lead, the total that you spent, the conversion, the sales, the money, and kind of the net that you would go ahead and get. When we're looking at creating money on an accelerated path to scale it from our product or service, number one, we got to have a product or service. And number two, you got to understand the back end. Now, looking at our YouTube channel, most of the money is made on the back end. That's why we've named it Backstage Income. It's behind the scenes. And when you do this and you look at the way the process works, you have a lot of people that spend money on advertisers and they go ahead and send people directly to their, let's say, product or product price right there. It's buy my product. And it doesn't always convert. Now, oftentimes what happens is when you go through and you make your money, you're first starting out to try to get the lead, then you nurture them, then you might offer the first product, then you have like a second product that you could go ahead and offer. Now this product might be $196, $396, $896, whatever. Now I went ahead and did that to just make numbers simple. Let's say the average value of that customer, lifetime value, is $296. Now if we go ahead and take a look at that, between these products, the value of the customer, of course, it could be much more because if they refer more people, like a friend or colleague, you're also making a little bit more from their friend and colleague, and really the value of that initial person is much more. It's worth more because they're bringing you referrals. But to make numbers simple, to understand the concept of scaling with paid traffic, let's just kind of use this as an example. And let's say you're trying to go ahead and target 100 people, or you're sending out ads, you're doing Facebooks, you're doing Google, Instagram ads, whatever the concept is. You're trying to hit as many people as possible, and you're trying to really acquire about 100 people. Let's say the cost to acquire each person costs you $20. Here's 20, these are 50, and these are 75. So let's say it costs you $20 to acquire someone. Now, in order to get those 20 people, you're just getting kind of the newsletter. And then after that, they may actually convert further and further. So meaning they might buy your product and, buy the second tier, and we know the value of them is about $296. So that's our full conversion. So let's just say, okay, it costs us $20 to acquire. That means we spent $2,000 on these ads, and we go ahead and we convert at about 60% to, make some money on our website. If what that means is from those 100 people, we got about 60 sales. Now, our final profit here on the money side, okay, well, let's just see, $296, we got 60 people, so we've made $17,760. Now remember, we had to spend $2,000 on the ads, so our net, what goes in our pocket, is only $15,760. Now remember, this net part doesn't include things like paying for your team, software, all that other stuff that you might need to pay for. It's just, let's just look at it in a simple way with the ad spend. Okay, so I gotta add something here, and if you're brand new to the channel, make sure you check out the BackstageIncome.com website, where I share with you a lot of great freebies you can download, from cheat sheets to PDF guides to even checklists. All right, sorry for the interruption, but I think you'll find it helpful. Now, if you went ahead and did only a conversion of 30%, let's say same cost to acquire, but only 30% actually went through and became a high value customer like this $296. Maybe some people just bought the $89 product, but let's say the full conversion, $296, only 30% converted, you made $8,880. Ultimately, in the end, $6,880 is your net. Now, let's say the acquisition cost went up. The price for you to get a customer went up. Maybe your ad was not very good. Maybe you're targeting the wrong people. Maybe it's the wrong season. Whatever the case may be. Let's say it cost you $50. Now you spent $5,000 on ads to get these people, and 60% converted. So that means you got 60. So you're still making the same, right? Because we're doing the 60 and 30, 17,760. But because your ad spend went up, your net goes down. So here you'd make 12,760, or if you only converted at 30%, you got $3,880. And of course, if it costs you $75 to acquire a customer, which is almost the price of your initial or first product, well, you're spending $7,500 for that ad to get those conversions. And now you got 60% converted, still spending that same amount, but you're only making $10,260. And on the 30% side, you're making only $1,380 on the net. So you're almost breaking even. Now, your end goal usually should be looking at the further stage. You know, try to go to the next step with your customers. And that's why, hey, if you're 2 steps in and your value is $296, well, can you extend that process for that customer, create a longer lifeline for them, and make that customer worth a little bit more? Or can you go ahead and increase the sales or the conversion percentage? That's another way. Or reduce the total spend. Reduce the cost it costs to acquire that customer. So there's a lot of numbers here at play. And of course, these are a little bit high. Some people have a 2% conversion. Some people have 15. Some people have 80% conversion. It's going to depend on your niche, your market, your ads, what you're offering. So many variables involved, so please don't comment and criticize on those kinds of things. It's just a guide to give you some numbers to think about of how this works. So now, what is it that you do to scale this up? Well, if you know your numbers and you're starting to convert, well, I can get a customer for, let's say, $20 each. Well, is it worth it if you're making $89 on your first product sale? Yeah, especially then if you're getting 60% conversion to get them to a $296 customer. You're making more and more money. So what do? Well, you just ramp this up, let's say times 10, times 20, times 50. So you just keep spending more money because, well, you're selling more product. Eventually, you'll get to a flatline area or part where, hey, things are flatlining. Maybe you've saturated the market. Maybe everybody's bought what they wanted. So you need to kind of wait for new customers to appear, evolve, get interested in that kind of product, and find that this is what they need. So that's another thing to look at, but understand that you could scale this and ramp this up as long as there's people out there that need your product and you're reaching them. Hey, this is the way to kind of do it as long as you know your numbers. All right, so we've covered a great deal of information here. And again, I want to emphasize that this is not all the stats and numbers that you can work with. There's many other stats and numbers that you can get into. You can expand these records and just really dig deeper within Excel and see, hey, what am I spending on this? What is my cost on that? Am I getting any referrals? And you can really dive more into the numbers to get even more specific. But this was just used as a guiding point or a starting point for those of you that are interested on, hey, how do I scale things up when it comes to paid advertising? What does it look like? What am I looking for? And just use this as a guideline to get yourself to the next stage to understanding how to really ramp up and scale your business when it comes to paid traffic. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Remember to hit the subscribe button right here on YouTube or get some of those freebies by clicking the link over here. Thanks again, and remember to do what you love, contribute to others, but most importantly, live life abundantly. I'll see you next time.